Hello, everyone. Thank you for clicking that link and joining me again today. Today is number 2 of Vlogtober. So I'm just out here in the barn. Yes, I'm in the barn warming up my lunch because this is the only place that has microwave. Here is my lunch, which is spaghetti left over from last night. I don't know, it's your typical stuff made with hamburger and store-bought sauce and Dreamfield's pasta, which if you're watching your carbs is a good pasta to get. It comes in a black box. I'll probably insert a picture of it here. So yeah, this is my day pretty much. For breakfast I had oatmeal. Exciting times. So since it's October, I thought maybe that I would talk a little bit about my top 5 villains, favorite villains of all time. So my first one is Pinhead, and he is famous for the Hellraiser movies, being the main antagonist, and he has pins in his head. So I mean, obviously Pinhead. He's got wonderful one-liners throughout the movie. Stuff like, "Do I look like someone who cares what God thinks?" Just fun stuff like that. I don't know. I thought it was fun. So he is one of my all-time favorite villains. Of that whole franchise. If you have an opportunity, read the book. It's a short story. Which is quite different because the lead Cenobite was a female called the Engineer. And she is not included in the movie because a lot of her mutilations were, not something you could have on television at that time. My next favorite has moved on and off the list, which is Darth Vader. You guys probably all know who Darth Vader is. When the first, which I guess would be the middle 3 Star Wars movies came out in the 70s, they were, they were the only ones at the time. So he was my favorite, one of my favorites, definitely. But then when the 3 prequel movies came over, he kind of moved off the list a bit because he just seemed like a big whiner. I don't know. So he's been moved on and off. After that is Crowley from the Supernatural series. And what I always liked about him was, the way Mark Sheppard played him is that he was not evil. He just had a different perspective. So I really liked that. I really enjoyed that character. And how sometimes he was supporting the Winchesters and got them out of jams, and other times he was trying to screw them over. So I don't know. He was really good. A really good bad guy. Let's see. So that's Skeletor. No, not Skeletor. Skeletor is next. Yes. Okay. Skeletor is next. So from the cartoon back in the 90s, Skeletor. What was it? Masters of the Universe cartoon. I can't even remember the name. Yes, Skeletor was always my favorite. I don't know. I don't know what it is about Skeletor that I really love. Maybe, he's a skull. I don't, running around with a body. I don't know, but I really enjoyed him and his kind of, back and forth with He-Man. And then when I got old, when I was a kid, I always was wondering why he wasn't like dating Evelyn, but then like as I got older, I'm like, oh, he's too obsessed with beating He-Man and taking over Eternia and Castle Grayskull and Yakety Smackety. So I figured in my old adult brain, I was like, oh, okay, so Evelyn and Trapjaw were together. Which is stupid, but Trapjaw should have made the list because he was like the original Borg. And then the next one is Cancer Man from the X-Files. He was always so... The only thing I can think of to say is deliciously evil and diabolical in his plans and, this whole deep state thing in the government. I don't know. I really loved his character, and he has had some great lines. There was one episode in particular where they ran across like an alien hybrid or something that could heal people or something. And so who was talking? I can't even remember who was talking to Cancer Man. Oh no, it was the alien. The alien. They had captured the alien, and he was talking to that. They was an alien hybrid, and
they'll believe I am God.
Well, it doesn't matter. Most of them have ceased to believe in God.
Why?
Because God presents them with no miracles to earn their faith.
You think when man ceases to believe in miracles, he rejects God?
Of course.
You rule over them in God's name.
They don't believe in him, but they still fear him. They're afraid not to because they're afraid of freedom.
And you give them happiness.
We appease their conscience. Anyone who can appease a man's conscience can take his freedom away from him.
with that, I'm on my lunch hour at work, and so I probably need to go back and get to work, eat lunch. So I will see you probably later when I come out here and train or work out. I don't know if I should call it training because, I mean, you know, I'm just your average person. So, but when I come out for a workout, I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. It might be leg day. It might be arm day. Just whatever I feel like doing today. Since I've had a really hectic week at work and haven't been able to work out like I want to. So with that, I will see you in a couple seconds. Okay, so for dinner, we are having the ahi tuna, as you can see. And please forgive my kitchen, because it is really, really tiny. A very, very tiny kitchen. I'm just trying to sop up some water, because I just did the dishes. And I need scissors. Where are the scissors? There are the scissors. Dinner. So we're gonna put olive oil on the fish. Okay, I'm smelling vinegar because I put some vinegar in the sink. This is just gonna make the fish a little more moist because we're gonna go ahead and grill it. So, alright, so now for seasoning, we are going to use Old Bay. I don't know if you can even see that. Old Bay. Old Bay. Along with garlic, maybe. We find garlic, black pepper. Yeah, what is this? That is not garlic. I didn't know where the garlic is. Or the salt. I have sea salt, so that'll work.
So you don't have a real super peppery spot. Okay, so you salted one side.
Yes.
And put the salt, pepper, and garlic on both.
Mm-hmm.
Did you use any of that Old Bay?
Yes.
Good. Okay. What's our temp at?
And explain the process.
Okay, so for meat, the sweet spot is between 400 and 500. I actually like about 450 to 500. And then it's just time. That's the secret to it. You don't fuck with it. You just put it in there, close the lid as quick as you can to keep the heat out, and you start your, if you lose heat, don't start your time till it comes back up to at least 400 degrees. So for these, about 2 minutes aside is perfect. And that's just from experience, you know. About 2 minutes aside. So We're about, yeah, I'm going to put a little more in there. Get it up to 450 before we throw that in. And for this grill, it's about, if you set all three of them to about half, you get about the right heat. If you set them to full blast, it'll get up to like 550, maybe 600 if you let it, but that's too hot. So I usually just full blast it until it comes up to temperature, and then I turn it down to about half.
Okay. It's on full blast right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, to preheat, I put them all on just all the way down, and then go dick around for 5-10 minutes and then come back, and it's usually like around 350, 400 or so. And then I bring it up to my cooking temp. It's almost there.
Okay.
Now you don't really want to pack the meat too densely. Now with this little bit of meat, it's not really much of an issue. You just close it, and then see how the temperature dropped?
Yeah.
Now it's going to come up real quick because we're still on full blast down here. Let's see how it's coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once it hits 400, I start my time.
Okay. All right, so dinner was tasty. I was gonna bake some bread, but I didn't I just ran out of time, so that's why we had, regular sliced bread with it. I don't know if I'm gonna get this uploaded tonight. I'm gonna try, but my internet's kind of crappy at night, and we're watching a movie, so yeah, so it may be tomorrow. So I apologize, and I like how I feel right out of the gate. And tomorrow's gonna be a long day for me because I'm gonna be harvesting the garden. So I don't know how fun that'll be for you to watch, but that'll be what's happening tomorrow. So with that, have a good night, and I will see you in the next video. Air hugs. All right, bye bye.